Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ibrahim Hooper with CARE's News Update. CARE this week called on a sheriff's department in Kansas to cancel a training session for officers by an anti-Muslim conspiracy theorist.
A national Muslim organization says with this instructor, John Guandolo, officers will leave with a biased viewpoint of the Muslim community.
This gentleman has a very well-known and well-documented history of being a very notoriously anti-Islamic.
Even more concerning for Muslims, they feel they'll be labeled as suspicious.
Any interaction they have with Muslims will be biased and really twisted and thinking that those people are not good people.
In Washington, D.C., CARE is challenging anti-Muslim hate ads placed on buses by extremist blogger Pamela Geller.
Today, CARE is responding to the latest ad.
This is a propaganda campaign designed to incite hatred against American Muslims, and this campaign has been based on false information, taking things out of context from the Quran.
Muslim civil rights groups say Geller and her allies are not only distorting Islam, but agitating for religious conflict.
The hate atmosphere that they generate leads to things like vandalism of mosques and discrimination against American Muslims, and it harms our society. Hate is corrosive to any society, and that's what Pamela Geller is promoting. That hate was on display during an alleged bias assault on a Muslim limo driver in Oklahoma.
The Council on American Islamic Relations has now stepped in, asking for police to take this case seriously.
He feels really that the safety and security that he once enjoyed here in Oklahoma have been stripped from him.
In New York, CARE called for a Justice Department probe of coercion of Muslim NYPD detainees to become informants.
The Council on American Islamic Relations is calling on the Department of Justice to investigate the NYPD following a report that says the department has been monitoring the Muslim community through a recruitment program. The New York Times says that following the September 11th attacks, a group of detectives known as the Citywide Debriefing Team combed local jails for potential Muslim informants. The men, mostly immigrants, were arrested for minor crimes, and instead of facing a judge, they were recruited to spy on local businesses and mosques.
In Florida, CARE questioned the troubling history of an FBI agent who fatally shot a Muslim during questioning.
This afternoon, an Islamic group is demanding answers about the FBI agent who killed a man in Orlando.
The agent shot and killed Ibrahim Todashev in Orlando a year ago as agents questioned him about the Boston bombing suspects. Now the Florida chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CARE, wants to know what the Department of Justice, the State Attorney's Office, and the FBI knew about the agent's past history. A Boston Globe article says the agent beat a man when he was an officer in California and then later lied about it.
Now that we've discovered who the agent is and the fact that he's had multiple lawsuits against him because he's abused people's civil rights, because he's beat suspects, he's beat witnesses, he's violated people's civil rights in the past, it's really shocking to see that that kind of information wouldn't be analyzed in the state attorney's report.
CARE joined Muslim leaders across America in condemning the kidnapping of hundreds of schoolgirls by terror group Boko Haram.
I'm here as a representative of the Council on American Islamic Relations, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization, to add my voice to the strong chorus calling for the protection and prompt release of all of the Nigerian schoolgirls who remain in captivity by the terrorist cult Boko Haram, so that they may return safely to their grief-stricken families.
The international community had been relatively silent about the attacks, says Ibrahim Hooper of the Council of American Islamic Relations. But he says that's changed.
The kidnapping of the schoolgirls really woke up the world and woke up, quite honestly, the Muslim community as well to what's going on there.
The girls' plight has spurred a string of protests like this one in Washington. Hooper says Muslims are among those who are expressing outrage.
You've seen Muslim scholars, Muslim organizations and institutions around the world condemning Boko Haram and its actions. Outside the White House, CARE called the release of American Amir Hekmati, who is being held in Iran.
We as Muslims, Christians and Jews, individuals and organizations have to work together to communicate with the American officials and to urge the Iranian government to release Amir Hekmati as soon as possible.
Also in Washington, CARE spoke out in favor of internet neutrality.
My name is Robert McCon with the Council on American Islamic Relations. An open and free internet has allowed CARE to become the nation's largest Muslim civil liberties organization, to become an outspoken advocate in the media and online, to protect the rights of all Americans, including 7 million American Muslims, one of the many growing minority groups in this nation of 300 million.
And finally, CARE marked the Memorial Day holiday with the release of a video featuring Muslim veterans.
My name is Dawood Walid, and I'm the Executive Director of the Michigan chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CARE, and I served honorably in the Navy.
My name is Sakina Mujahid. I'm on CARE Minnesota's Board of Advisors, and I served 13 years in the Army.
Yo soy Wilfredo Ruiz, abogado con la oficina de CARE Florida y un exoficial de la Marina de Estados Unidos.
American Muslims serve our nation's military and have died for our freedoms.
To receive CARE updates and action alerts, sign up at care.com. To contact CARE, email info@care.com. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Ameen. The English translation of that is, in the name of Allah, most merciful and compassionate, all praises be to Allah, Lord of worlds, most merciful and compassionate, Lord of the day of reckoning. You alone we worship, and you alone we seek help. Guide us on the straight way, the way of those you have blessed, and not those upon whom is wrath, or those who are lost. Okay? And so we turn to the hadith of the day, which is hadith, which means tradition of the Prophet Muhammad. May his soul rest in peace. Kindness to mothers. A man asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, to whom should I show kindness? The Prophet replied, your mothers, next your mothers, next your mothers, and then your father. Paradise is at mother's feet. A man once consoled the Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him, about taking a part in a military campaign. The Prophet asked the man if his mother was still living. When told that she was alive, the Prophet said, then stay with her, for paradise is at her feet. Okay, I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is another edition of the History of Community Life and Diversity of Muslim Americans in New England. And, you know, we always start the broadcast off with a prayer, okay, a prayer, an Islamic prayer, which is the Fatiha, the first surah of the Muslim Holy Book, to set the tone for the rest of the broadcast. Okay, so you're wondering what is Hassan Rashid doing? He's always starting off a little different, but that's what we do to set the tone of the rest of the broadcast. We always offer prayer to God, okay, and which would well wishing for the total community. So once again, I'm Hassan Rashid, and this is History, Community Life, and Diversity of Muslim Americans and New England. It's excellent being here with you once again, and it's also a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here at CCTV. Okay, to open the video, you know, that's becoming, I guess, a tradition with this broadcast. That was Ibrahim Cooper, and he does the end of the month roundup of World Islamic News. And he is, well, that video was sponsored through the courtesy of CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relationships. So that was the regular in the month Islamic News Roundup. Okay, before we get started, I'd like to just remind you that free orientation is coming up here at CCTV, and that's on June 2nd, 6:30 p.m., 438 Massachusetts Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge. And if you like more in-depth, for those of you who know or who don't know, if you like additional information on what free orientation and studio tour is all about, you can call 617-661-6900. Again, that's 617-661-6900. So you come on out on the 2nd of June and join us. That's you can come out and learn, create. It all starts here. Okay, you can come out and learn how to host a TV show, make a movie, take multimedia classes, become a reporter, learn computers. No experience needed. That's you just be here at 6:30 p.m. June 2nd for free orientation at Cambridge Community Television, 438 Massachusetts Avenue. Okay, and we'll be looking for you. Okay. Another thing, there's Age Engaged. That's Age Engaged, one-to-one internet assistance free. Cambridge Community Television pairs with Google. Okay, CCTV is excited to announce that we will be teaming with Google to host another session of Age Engaged, June 6, 2014, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Age Engaged is a collaborative between Google and CCTV in which individuals over 50 learn how to use the internet. During Age Engaged, people over 50 appeared with Google employees for one-to-one training, learn how to send emails, search the internet, pay bills online, and more. Training will be tailored to each participant's interests and experience. People of all ages are welcome to register. The session will take place at Cambridge Community Television Friday, June 6, 1 p.m. 3 p.m. where? That's right here, 438 Massachusetts Avenue, heart of Central Square. That's Cambridge, Mass. 02139. So if you like additional information, you can call Allison Rodriguez at 617-401-4009 or email Allison at cctvcambridge.org. Once again, that the contact information is Allison Rodriguez, 617-401-4009, or email Allison at cctvcambridge.org. Participants must be able to commit to the session time and be interested in receiving one-to-one internet training. So that's Age Engage, whereas members will be paired with Google employees for one-to-one training. Okay, so that's June 6, 1 p.m. Okay, another thing, CCTV's own Dr. John Lakiamuzi is at it again. His Revelation of Grace conference will be offering another event, and that's entitled The Hope of a New Beginning. That's the Hope of a New Beginning. Bring a friend, join us as we hear what God's Word says about this important topic. That's 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., second floor, 628 Somerville Avenue, Somerville, Mass. 02143. And that's a new location, okay? So there's always free interest and a light meal. That's Dr. John Lakiamuzi, inspirational speaker, host, and teacher. Okay, and that's his Christian Faith Ministries for All Nation. And there's a special guest. That's George Okudi. Okay, George Okudi, musical guest ministering a mini concert. So Christian Faith Ministries for All Nations, prayer, networking, and grace conference held every other last Saturday of the month. Surprise speakers and guests, musical guests from all over the globe. Session includes praise and worship, testimonies, dance, and teachings from God's Word. So if you'd like additional information, contact information is as follows. 206 77 5885. Phone number again, that's 206 777 5885. Or you can email Lakiamuzi at AOL.com. That's LUKYAMUZ at AOL.com. Okay, and that's if you like to check out their website, that's www.cfmfan.org. That's once again www.cfmfan.org. FAN.org. So that's Christian Faith Ministries for All Nations, Saturday, June 8th. So get ready for it. That's June 28th, June 20th, 2014. Title theme of this event will be The Hope of a New Beginning. That's a Revelation Grace Conference. You'll be hearing more about that in the days upcoming. Okay, I'd like to, one more time before we try to get into some of the subject matter of our broadcast today, I'd like to thank Hannah, who is the intern, who also cablecaster, who is responsible for getting our broadcast out to you, getting our program on the air, and which is sort of station engineering. So she's responsible for our broadcast. So once again, I thank you, Hannah, for getting the ball rolling. Okay. So a lot of people have been saying that the Muslims aren't condemning Boko Haram. Muslim Americans aren't condemning Boko Haram about the kidnapping of 2,000 schoolgirls, approximately 300 schoolgirls from Nigeria. Okay, but I want to say we did run a condemnation last time that we were on the air, so I'd like to once again run it again, so that will just dispel any doubts that you're having that we aren't condemning Boko Haram. Okay, this condemnation was provided by the Ministry of Imam W.D. Muhammad, Mosque Cares, P.O. Box 1061, Calumet City, Illinois 60409, and their telephone number is 708-679-1587. Okay, the U.S. Council of Muslim Organizations, coalition of several leading national and local Muslim organizations, strongly denounces, hear that? Strongly denounces Boko Haram and its kidnapping of at least 200 girls in Nigeria. We call for the girls' immediate release and safe return to their families. So you heard it right here. Okay, right now I'd like to move along with some Ramadan talk. You know that there's only 31 more days before the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. So that's just right around the corner, and we like to indulge in a little pre-Ramadan talk, okay? So the first thing you want to know, when is Ramadan in 2014? That's, like I said, 31 days away, and that's it will start on a Sunday, and that's the 28th of June, and will continue for 30 days until Sunday, the 27th of July. Based on citability in North America, in 2014, Ramadan will start in North America a day later, and on Sunday, that's June 29th of June. Note that in the Muslim calendar, a holiday begins on the sunset of the previous day, so observing Muslims will celebrate Ramadan on the sunset of Friday. That's the 27th of June. Although Ramadan is always on the same day of the Islamic calendar, the date of the Gregorian calendar varies from year to year. Since the Gregorian calendar is a solar calendar and the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, this difference means Ramadan moves in the Gregorian calendar approximately 11 days every year. The date of Ramadan may also vary from country to country depending on whether the moon has been sighted or not. The dates provided here are based on dates adopted by the Fiqh Council of North America for the celebration of Ramadan. Note that these dates are based on astronomical calculations to affirm each date and not on the actual sighting of the moon with the naked eye. This approach is accepted by many, but is still being hotly debated. So I tell you, in the next several episodes of the History, Community Life, Diversity of Muslim Americans, you expect us to engage in additional talk on Ramadan, pre-Ramadan subjects, okay? And so, but right now, what I did have in mind, we don't have a time. We're always pressed for time here, so there's never enough time to do what we would like to do. So, but there's always a next time, okay? Okay. So another thing I'd like to say is that Ramadan, it depends on the sighting of the new moon. So tonight is the waning crescent is visible if there's no overcast. We even have an overcast, so we haven't been able to see much in the sky. But that's I think this is the last phase of the waning crescent tonight. But on the 28th, the 29th, you can observe the waxing crescent. That's when the moon starts to rise again to full moon phase, to its full moon phase. So you can if there's no overcast in the sky, you'd expect to see the waxing crescent, the beginning of the moon's journey to become full. Okay, on the 29th, 28th. Okay, in that time there will be about 28 more days for Ramadan. So we're going to try to keep you informed on the progress of the moon and also the days till the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. Okay, a few more things I'd like to just remind you that the city market, spring city market is open every Monday. You can go up to Central Square in North Fork and Bishop Allen Drive and purchase all types of fresh produce, vegetables, fruits, etc., etc., etc. Okay, I'm Hassan Rashid, and I'd like to close the program out with a special video, and it's a video on Jummah prayer, what we do as Muslims every Friday, which is our Sabbath, same as the Christians. They worship on Sunday, which is their Sabbath, and the day of rest. For us, it's on Friday, but it's not really a day of rest, but it's a day that we worship. Okay, we have been designated by Allah for us to worship, and I have a video on that, a special video that will take the program out. Okay, so the thing is, I always leave you with the fact that superior wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until I see you next time, I leave you with the greetings of peace. Remember, 31 more days before the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, and that is Assalamu alaikum.